Okay, let's try and unpack this. The crypto world is just buzzing, isn't it? Always something new. Sometimes it feels like, trying to drink from a fire hose. But don't worry, we're here to try and give you the shortcut, maybe help you understand what truly matters right now. Today, we're diving into two pretty significant upcoming events in the altcoin space, and they offer a fascinating study in contrasts, actually.
That's right. Yeah, for this deep dive, we've been looking at some recent announcements, specifically Sonic Labs' upcoming airdrop and also a major token unlock for the Trump token. And these aren't just, random things happening. They feel like key pieces of the puzzle if you want to understand current market dynamics, especially in the altcoin world. They really show two very different approaches, don't they? One where supply is kind of strategically restricted, maybe for stability, and another where, well, it's massively expanded, creating potentially immediate market pressure.
Exactly. So our mission today really is simple. By the end of this deep dive, hopefully, you'll grasp the key details of both events. You'll understand their potential impacts, or at least the discussions around them, and get a clearer picture of what it all might mean for the broader crypto landscape. So let's jump right in. First up, let's shine a spotlight on Sonic Labs and their native token DES. They've announced this upcoming airdrop, and it's definitely caught our eye. But what makes this particular airdrop noteworthy for you, our listener? What's the thinking behind it?
Yeah, well, what's fascinating here isn't just like the fact they're doing an airdrop. Lots of projects do that. It's the mechanism, the specifics. So the airdrop itself is scheduled for July 15th to 22nd, 2025. But here's the crucial bit. 75% of these S tokens, they'll vest as NFTs. And that vesting happens over a 270-day period.
Okay, hold on. Vesting is NFT, so you don't just get the token straight up.
Right. Exactly. Instead of receiving, liquid S tokens directly into your wallet, you'll get these NFTs. And these NFTs gradually unlock the S tokens over, almost 9 months. So your S tokens are sort of locked inside this non-fungible token.
Huh. So it's not just about stopping people dumping the tokens immediately.
Well, that's part of it, sure. But it seems more strategic. It's maybe a move to cultivate a more long-term stakeholder community around S. It creates a very different dynamic than just giving out tokens that can be sold instantly. It kind of incentivizes holding, right? Because immediate selling is impractical, and your investment is tied to this unique digital asset. It might build a more loyal base, perhaps less prone to immediate price speculation.
That is genuinely fascinating. So it's kind of reshaping how people might think about their investment in that token right from the start, encouraging commitment. Okay, but what happens when the floodgates do open? Or maybe a different kind of floodgate. Let's pivot now to a very different kind of event. Still involving a huge amount of value, though. The Trump token unlock. We're talking a massive amount here, right? What's the potential impact for the market with this one?
Right. Yeah, if we connect this to the bigger picture, I mean, an unlock of nearly $1 billion in tokens, it definitely raises a big question. What happens if, a significant chunk of those tokens gets sold into the market pretty quickly? The details we have show a staggering $881 million worth of Trump tokens are set to unlock. And the date for that is July 18th, 2025.
Wow. $881 million. That's not insignificant.
Not at all. It creates this potentially massive supply overhang. So if the recipients, whoever they are, choose to sell those tokens, it could significantly impact the market. It could potentially lead to increased volatility. Think of it like a huge amount of inventory suddenly being released in what might be a relatively, controlled or maybe less liquid market.
So a huge supply hitting the publicly tradable market basically all at once.
Pretty much. And it'll be a really interesting, maybe crucial litmus test for the market's current liquidity and also investor appetite for meme coins specifically, perhaps. It might even pull liquidity away from other smaller altcoins as traders maybe look to de-risk.
Okay, so we've got these two really different scenarios playing out around the same time. One project, Sonic Labs, meticulously managing its supply release through this NFT vesting. And then the Trump token facing this sudden, huge potential influx of supply.
Yeah.
How do these two distinct events play out when we think about the bigger picture?
Yeah.
Especially as we head into what some sources are calling U.S. Crypto Week. Is that just like a catchy marketing term, or does it signify something deeper for altcoins happening around this time?
Well, it's interesting that term US Crypto Week, it often pops up when there's maybe increased institutional activity or perhaps potential regulatory discussions happening or major conferences even. It creates this environment, this sort of concentrated period where news, both good and bad, can potentially have an outsized impact, especially on altcoin sentiment and, where the capital flows. So these events, the Sonic Airdrop and the Trump Unlock, they probably aren't isolated incidents in that sense. The source material we looked at notes that these are part of a broader focus on altcoins during this US crypto week.
Mm.
So it suggests there's definitely increased attention and activity around altcoins right now, particularly within the US market context. The scheduled Sonic Labs airdrop with its unique vesting and the massive Trump unlock, they're kind of key components of this heightened buzz. They really illustrate the diverse ways new supply can hit the market and influence price, influence sentiment, especially during a period where everyone's paying closer attention to the sector.
It kind of magnifies the impact, maybe?
Potentially, yeah. It can turn these individual token dynamics into almost broader market sentiment indicators for the whole altcoin space, at least for that period.
Okay, so just to quickly recap for you listening, we've looked at the Sonic Labs S and airdrop. The key thing there is that unique 75% NFT vesting over 270 days. It seems designed to create sustained demand, maybe cultivate a more committed community for that altcoin. And then we contrasted that with the huge, nearly $900 million Toronto on P token unlock coming around July 18th. That one could introduce significant volatility. It's a major liquidity test for the market. Understanding these specific scheduled events, especially seeing them happen within the context of this US crypto week, it gives you a powerful window perhaps into the broader forces at play in the altcoin market right now.
Yeah, and it really raises an important question, I think, for you to consider as you navigate this whole world of digital assets. How do these types of specific scheduled events, things like airdrops with vesting or massive token unlocks, which are often announced, well in advance, how do they actually get priced into the market by the, let's say, the major players, the informed participants? And maybe more interestingly, how much is truly unpredictable even when you have all the information laid out, particularly when things like wider market sentiment and, just raw public reaction come into play? That's something to really think about.